Well, I hope this works out. Should go windows down. I don't know if this microphone's gonna be picking up my voice, but if it is, I'll try to comment through this. Typically, I'm listening to podcasts. I can't post this on YouTube if I got a podcast playing in the background, I don't think. Lots of off-camberness in this trail. Probably has gotten even worse. Let me see if I can lock. No, so if you see this camera that I'm using is gimbaled. So if you see it not quite keeping level with the hood, that's because it's staying horizontal. Well, my car is not. Do a little comment. It shouldn't be too long, depending on how well I can get through it. We'll try to be moderately leisure in our ride through it. Looks like a piece of cake right now, huh? Man, I forget how much better everything is aired down. Oh, this is a cakewalk right now. Nice and smooth. So I'm sorry. I don't want anybody to think I'm gatekeeping, but at the same time, you gotta do your due diligence. Go out there, get out there, explore the woods. Not everything is probably on Onyx. I think Onyx is cheating, by the way. I don't use Onyx. I don't actually use anything. I use my phone to navigate to areas where there are trails, and then I just keep my fingers crossed doing the trails. But where there's trails, there's other trails. And eventually you can find ones that are lesser known. This is a lesser known trail. I have met some people that know it. I've met some motorcyclists that love this road. I think it's really kind of big in the, what do they call that? Cross-country motorcycling? I don't know. The overlanding of motorcycles, there we go. They come and do this, and when I told them I love doing this road, they're like, wait, you can make it down that road? I'm like, yeah, dude, no problem. Knock on wood today. You can already tell there's a lot more crap, erosion here. Oh, I gotta focus on driving, not so much being a storyteller. If you're wondering what I'm in, this is a, what is this? This is a 2005 Lexus GX 470. I'm not even low yet. I should probably go into low. There's off-camberness on this trail where I literally just shoved the side of my rock rails like into the berm just to, if I do flip, well, it kind of makes it impossible to flip actually. This is going to be full flex right here. That was a nice test of the suspension. Everything's bigger in real life than you see on this camera right now, just a heads up. I mean, I forget how much fun this thing is. I would advise having rock sliders. Other than that, you know, as long as you have a decent 4x4, you should be fine. This is not looking good, you guys. Oh, nope, never mind. We got plenty of space. I have been on this road. Geez, I've been driving this road since I was 20. But we always thought, where we always stopped on the road, there's a waterfall. And we always thought further down the road was a private farm. There's a lot of private property signs on the sides of the road. So that up here. It's not national forest. Some of it's private. So we just always thought there was a farm. So we never went down it past the waterfall we usually visited. And then one day I decided to go down it. I was like, if I run to that farm, I'll just tell them sorry. Sorry, I didn't know. Windows going up as we go through a big mud puddle. There's like a loop off of this trail. There's some creeks that run parallel, either perpendicular. There's a couple creeks like this one that runs perpendicular. There's actually a creek that runs parallel. You actually kind of drive through it. It's in one of the ruts. This, I would not advise to drive this road in the rain. I've tried it once. I've tried it like 2 or 3 times. There's a couple obstacles that I just won't make it up. Probably winch over them really easily. But I don't want to practice winching right now. It's more just to see what you're capable of. What's the limit? Found the limit, turn around, go home. I'll give you a little clue. This is in Northeast Georgia, where most of my riding occurs. So I'm rather familiar with this entire area. I used to camp out in Highlands, North Carolina growing up. Got a culvert that's given out right there. I don't want to make it seem like no one comes down this road. There obviously are people around that know of this road, and they come and they'll self-maintain it. I don't have any reason to believe that the Forestry Service or really any authority or government has even attempted to maintain this road recently. There are National Forest placards and stuff like that, and demarcations kind of randomly throughout this area. There's probably something else here that I'm not even aware of that's super worthwhile knowing about. This is 100% more eroded than the last time I went up and down it. This might be very difficult up here. Oh no. This is getting a little bit past my... We're very sideways right now, you guys. Getting a little bit past my comfort zone right now. We're gonna have to hug all this junk on the left side. I have no idea at what angle this thing will finally flip, but we're gonna run over this tree because avoiding it will be sketchy. Yeah, it's a lot worse. It's making me a little bit worried about the rest of the road. We got it. But, you know, with erosion, lack of maintenance, comes challenges. And to be honest with you guys, I've been, overlanding since COVID, or off-roading, I guess, since COVID. Didn't do stuff like this my first year or two. Really had to build up the confidence. But nowadays, it's just kind of boring. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of falling out of love. I mean, I love my car, I love doing this stuff still, but it's kind of getting to the point where there's like nothing new. Maybe I need to go up to Tennessee more, or into Kentucky, or go explore more of Alabama. I feel like I've seen most of Alabama. I haven't really been up to Tennessee all that much. I gotta go do Coppinger Cove before that closes down, or someone buys it out and closes it down. Windrock is fun, but it's a park. Something really tame about being in a park. You just don't feel like Indiana Jones exploring the forest anymore. The jungle. Which is really what I'm out here doing. I'm just reliving the youthful experience of not knowing what's around the corner. You know, back in the day when you and your friends used to go explore the woods in the neighborhood with your very colorful imaginations. Or even something as simple as like a mound could be something like dubious. I'm just gonna start an Overland podcast after this. This is not fun. we are probably gonna get, we might get some extra thick scratches. These trees aren't looking too old that are down over here, which means they might be from that most recent storm, or the severe storm, the hurricane. There's been fires out this area lately. I don't see anything around here, but I thought only Big Ridge was on fire. It appears that there was like a straight line kind of across the mountains that was on fire from kind of south. So Sarah's Creek is kind of surrounded by you know, Warwoman on the south side. On the north side is like Dillard. Dillard. Well, Dillard's the town, but Darnell shooting range. You can go up Darnell. Darnell used to connect with Sarah's. I don't think it does anymore. I tried to see if it did and I ripped my bumper off. So we'll save that answer for another day. And then, so Big Ridge is right in the middle, just north of Sarah's Creek, WMA. That was on fire. Burles Ford was on fire. We camped out just south of Burles, west entrance of Burles. We didn't notice anything until we went up Burles the next day and we saw all of the damage, all the charred forest and firefighters hanging out everywhere. And then directly, like, so basically it goes Big Ridge, east of that is Burles Ford, and then east of that is Table Rock. Table Rock's on fire too. What is it? It's March something, or no, it's April something. Was it like April? Today's April 5th. So instead of removing my camera, I'm just gonna show you guys this. There is a really cool little hill climb over here. I haven't been able to do this hill climb in a while because there's been a huge white oak. We're pitched up about 30 degrees. There's a huge white oak down across that. But we've camped out up there, and you get service up there. So when I'm picking campsites, I decide my campsite's based on do I want service or do I not want service? And that is pretty much stipulated on around whether there's a UFC fight that night or not. Because if there is a UFC fight, I want service and I'm gonna watch it out in the middle of nowhere while I enjoy some brewskis. I'm not gonna go up there today because I don't want to back down this if I have to. I don't know if that big tree's up there or not. Ran into a Widowmaker up there after explaining to the people in my car with me what a Widowmaker was, and then I didn't S through some trees like I should have, and ran straight into a Widowmaker, looked up through the windshield, and that bad boy was just quivering back and forth after I hit it. Kind of cracked my house into one of my fog lights. Gotta be careful. We're halfway through the road. Someone had a fire in the middle of the road right there. So there's a bunch of obstacles back there that we already went through. There's kind of a lull right here in the middle, and then there'll be more obstacles on the way out. I would say about the same difficulty, maybe a little bit spicier. All I got on my car is 33s and like a really small lift, maybe an inch. All open diff, no lockers, full-time all-wheel drive. Got a winch on this bad boy, recovery gear if anything goes south. Skid plates on everything but my gas tank. You should see my gas tank skid. The little metal sheet for it. It is, let's just say I have such a big dent in it that my readout for gas is incorrect. And it hasn't been correct since I went to Moab in like 2022. Someday I'll go to a pool part and pull a brand fresh new skid plate off of a 4Runner. I might as well just take the whole tank while I'm at it and rebuild a tank for myself. Put a new, so here's where the creek runs parallel with in the trail. I'm sure that adds to erosion. So this is why I said don't drive this in the rain. It's not that this floods out, it's just that this soil will be so wet and so soupy that I don't care what you have on your car or your vehicle, you're not going to make it anywhere. especially with some of these bumps like this. So, if you'd be so kind, I tell everybody this, everybody I give trails to, all I really ask you to do is be discreet about casting them on the internet. We don't want a group of 17 Jeeps coming through here in 2-wheel drive, tearing it up until here they absolutely have to switch into 4-wheel drive. Yes, I blame everything on Jeeps. But if you do come and do this trail, be discreet about it. If you want to tell somebody about it, show it to them. That's my rule. And also let me know your experience. Tell me how it went. Give me an update on the trail if anything's different than what's in this video. We'll see if anybody even watches this. Do a nice one take. Yay! Someone rolled a giant fucking log in the middle of this obstacle. There's a huge rut right there in the middle. Like so big that I need to split that rut. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like right there. A huge deep rut. One of these big logs on the side were in the middle of that. Probably because someone was doing this in the wet and they slipped off into the middle. If we don't make it through this, oh no, we might not make it through this. No, I think I got this. Yeah, we can do this. I'm just gonna have to shimmy to the right once I get through it, because that's the big log right there. Let's see if we can do it. I'm gonna split this big ass bad boy. If we fall into this rut, we're kind of screwed. And then I need to turn right now. Perfect. I have FJ rims on this, and I would love to get some really like aftermarket, super lightweight. We're stuck on the log. No, we're catching on the log right now. There's a big log right next to my hip. Oh, we might not make it out of this. We'll find a way. If I can just get my sliders to stop hooking that log. The bad thing is right now is we're not really getting any traction. There we go. Just use those sliders. I'm gonna end up with body damage. Very soupy. We made it out. We were off camber hardcore and in some clay. There's a fun rock up here too to try to get around. I know one of these washed out areas I like to S around. I think it might be this one right here actually. And it's gonna come over here and S around it. I may be either driving this 100% correctly or 100% wrong. We'll find out in a second. Bada boom, bada bing. If you guys have any theories on why this isn't gated, let me know. There is that cemetery, but that cemetery can still be accessed with this closed. We got another intersection right here. This is a big loop that's off camber. Probably looks like a ton. Actually, no, that's a dead end down there. There's a loop up here that's really off camber. That's kind of fun. I'm gonna opt out of it today. We're towards the end of our trip today, and towards the end of all of my little off-road excursions, I get a little bit apprehensive about continuing to push the limit. AKA, I'd like to go home without any drama. This would be hell in the wet. See, I never made it this far. Oh no, this tree is broken even more. That tree's gonna fall eventually. Shit. That freaks me out. Big tree that we just drove under. Horizontal across the trail. It's looking more than ever like it's about to collapse in half onto the road. I know recently Popcorn Trail got regraded. Everybody loved that trail. I never liked Popcorn, you guys. I think Popcorn is lame as hell. I'm sorry. I mean, like, the really dug out areas are kind of fun, but you're going down a really bumpy, rather flat trail just to do like 2 washed out obstacles. And that's maintained. It feels a little bit wild out there, but people are aware of it. Popcorn's kind of dumb. Charlie's is getting torn up again, but Charlie's is kind of dumb. I used to like Ruby Mine Road off of Charlie's because it was kind of really unmaintained. I went with a whole group of folks down Ruby Mine once a couple years ago, and a couple of them got body damage coming back out of it. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Oh shoot. That felt kind of weird. I'm gonna go check this out real quick. Should be just straightforward. Just some rocks I didn't see. That's why I was moving around a little bit more than I thought I should. Giving you guys another little hint. This road goes is pretty much orientated north to west. Or, I'm sorry, south to north. We came in from the south side. We'll be exiting on the north side. This is a fun little hump right here. Hopefully we don't hit anything sensitive. I saw a video the other day. They were saying that skid plates are ruining your vehicle because you're just beating your freaking frame up. And so now I'm really conscious of like trying not to slam onto my skid plates. So you guys can't see this right now. Ooh, maybe I should just set this up so you can see it. I'm gonna set up the camera so you can see it real quick. We'll splice this in. Back. Not gonna lie, I like driving up this a lot better than driving down it. Yeah! Alright, we made it. Let me grab my camera real quick. Alright, we're back at it. Might cut that out. I really, like 5 years ago, I was like, I'm gonna start an adventure channel on YouTube. Because at the time, I was bottoming out. At the time I was bottoming out. At the time I was doing, I had a real big renaissance in my life of doing fun things outdoors. WTF, this is gonna be a fun one. And the stuff we were doing was like borderline illegal. So I thought I could make a really compelling YouTube channel, but the whole process of editing and everything was a little bit too much for me. I got drones, I got cameras, downloaded DaVinci, but you end up editing more than you actually do stuff, more than you actually film. And then, like, you know, you're out with people and you want to have a good time. It's such a pain in the butt to be putting cameras out and picking them back up, or asking a buddy to film your adventure for you the whole time. So we're gonna do some long form videos if this ever even goes to YouTube. And if you guys like it, let me know. It'll motivate me to keep doing them. Probably add some, probably won't all be long form. Put some other stuff on there. Before I got my 4x4, I was going out and doing a lot of exploration off trails, having a good time, climbing waterfalls, going what do we call them? Going through slot canyons, all throughout Appalachia. And then I got this car, I got this SUV, so that nothing would be out of my reach. And now I've just gotten lazy. I don't hike as much as I used to. So maybe we'll bring it back. I need to get in better shape. But I think it's kind of fun to inspire other people to come out here and do this type of stuff. Let them know that there's still places that are lesser known that are still kind of fun to do. What in the mound is that? Just a heads up, I off-road like an old person. I usually just try to take my time, but I'm also that type of person that could probably get heavily fined for speeding on gravel roads. If I had it my way, I'd be a world rally car race car driver. World Rally Championship. Full Ken block. Or, I don't know, I think it'd be fun to get into Ultra 4. Build a rig and go to, what's it called? King of the Hammers. I think we are mostly through this trail at this point. I think there's one last obstacle over here. We'll be going the easy way through it. It is much more difficult coming the other way. I was debating on which way I wanted to do this road today, and I really should have done it the other way because that was kind of semi-anticlimactic. Even in real life. Here's more of that creek that runs in the trail. There was the entrance to the other entrance to the loop that came out over there. And I think we are going to call it a day. Hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be more to come.